Welcome back to the Sports Desk. The two best NFL teams met yesterday in New York for Super Bowl 48 between the Denver Broncos and the Seattle Seahawks.
And for this week's trip to the Lombardi Lounge, Johnny Lombardi himself recaps this year's crazy Super Bowl. Johnny?
Thanks, guys, and welcome to another edition of the Lombardi Lounge. Could Peyton Manning secure his legacy as possibly the greatest quarterback of all time? Or would the youngster Russell Wilson school the veteran and bring Seattle their first Super Bowl championship? Let's take a look at the Super Bowl highlights. In New York, the NFC champion Seattle Seahawks take the field led by Richard Sherman, the 12th man, and Russell Wilson. Broncos coming on the field. AFC champs, the #1 offense in the league, led by Peyton Manning, their mascot Thunder. First play of the game, Peyton Manning on a miscommunication. Ball rolls into the end zone. No, Sean Marino recovers it. A safety. 2-0 Seahawks. A disastrous start for the Denver Broncos, and they would never recover. Late in the first half here, Broncos driving, trying to come back. Peyton Manning hit. Malcolm Smith jumps, steals the ball, and the interception, and Malcolm Smith is gone. He's going to take it all the way back 70 yards for the pick six. 22-0 Seattle right before halftime. The #1 offense in the league shut down. Opening kick to start the second half. Denver's defense looking to make a stop, but their special teams coverage doesn't really help them here. It's Percy Harvin who came back from a concussion, and he cuts back, and he is gone. Percy Harvin puts the nail in the coffin for the Seahawks. 29-0 at this point. It would turn out to be even worse. The face there by Peyton Manning sums up the night for Denver fans. 43-8, the Seattle Seahawks win the game and bring their first Lombardi trophy to the city of Seattle. Head coach Pete Carroll with the celebration, and the quarterback Russell Wilson, you'll see him right there, one of the classiest guys in the game, gets a Super Bowl ring for the Seahawks. And after the lopsided game, newspapers from the two states, Colorado and Washington, tell two very different stories from Super Bowl 48. We see here the Seattle headlines, champs. At last, Seattle finally with their Super Bowl championship. You see Russell Wilson, and then the newspapers coming out of Colorado, crushed, seasick. From the Denver Post, Peyton Manning and players in the confetti, just an awful image for Denver Broncos fans to have to stomach. And after the game, both quarterbacks, Russell Wilson and Peyton Manning, gave their thoughts.
We believed in our talent. We believed that if we did the right things and we stayed on schedule and made the plays, that we could win and do the right things. And we did that tonight, and that's the best thing. We clicked on all cylinders.
On the first play of the game, give them a safety. Not the way you want to start a game for whatever reason. We couldn't get much going after that. But I give Seattle a lot of credit. They're an excellent football team, and they caused a lot of our mistakes. At the same time, we just didn't play well tonight.
Well, sadly, this Lombardi Lounge has turned into a funeral as Johnny mourns the loss of the Broncos.
It's been a rough 24 hours for me and my family. It was really hard to wake up this morning. But to get back to reality, the Seattle Seahawks came out and punched the Denver Broncos right in the mouth. And the Denver Broncos couldn't respond. Seattle was more physical. They were more aggressive. The Denver Broncos were not ready to play in the Super Bowl, and it showed with the 43-8 score. A really tough way for Denver's season to end after a record-breaking offensive performance all year. A lot of questions remaining with Peyton Manning, but credit to the Seahawks. They came out ready to play. They were aggressive, and, as they say, guys, defense does win championships.
Well, Johnny, the season is over, and unfortunately, you're mourning the loss of your team right now. But real quick, can you give us an outlook on the Broncos for next year?
Paul Maneri said this at Baseball Media Day. You can't have a lot of knee-jerk reactions. Yeah. I'm really excited for the Broncos next year. They're going to be really good again, and I see them back in the Super Bowl. Not a little bit biased there, but they have the potential to get back. I'm really excited for next year.
And Kelsey,
as hard as it is right now.
All right, and Kelsey, your Texans, real quick outlook.
My Texans, we're going to do better this next season. We're going to get a quarterback in this draft, and then,
yeah, we'll see what happens.
We'll get more than 2 wins.
You can't get worse than you did this year, unfortunately. All right, that's it for this segment. We'll be back after this break with more Sports Desk. Stick around.